Hi, and welcome to another edition of Inspired Messages Monday. It is June the 3rd, and so we're racing through the year. We're in the 6th month, and this month on the 21st we will be having the summer solstice, which is the longest day. And so, hope you're enjoying this lovely warm weather and getting out in the garden and being amongst nature, which is one of the things that was to do with the messages. So it's really, what's come up is it's important for us to be in nature, important for us to be grounded and maybe walking on the grass, which we can do this time of year. And it's also important for us to be on the same page and trying to live in harmony. We are actually moving through a time of change, and if you're involved with the spiritual community, you're probably hearing this a lot, that this is the time of change in history. And so for us to have transformation, there has to be a lot of breakdown in our systems. So in the political system, you can see it happening as you know, we're having lots of ups and downs. And actually this can cause anxiety. So be careful about that, but also realize that this is meant to be, and we are here witnessing this time of change, and it will take time. It's not, a 5-minute thing, and actually we have been experiencing this since 1987, and 2012 was a pivotal point, and 2027 is also a pivotal point. So if you are feeling anxious, make sure that you're looking after yourself, you're exercising, even if it's a little bit. Make sure you're eating the right foods, non-GMO and non-processed, and maybe grow your own if you can, organic if you can, and also make sure that you are looking after yourself when it comes to products, so that you're not putting products on your body or taking things in that are negative, because we are kind of bombarded with Wi-Fi and things in our food, and insecticides and things, parabens in our products. So this is what's come up, that we need to be looking after ourselves as much as we can, and do some meditation, be still, walk on the grass, be in nature, maybe on your own, and be kind to everybody and spread the love, basically. So that's the messages this week. So Monday the 3rd, we actually have a new moon in the sign of Gemini, and new moons are a time when we can make new goals. You can make new goals for the next 28 days, and you can write them down, sit in the moonlight, and actually meditate on your new moon goals that are going to last for the next 28 days, and you'll be working on them through that time. This new moon in Gemini is the twins, and it rules the lovers in the tarot card. So it's very much to do with relationships, but also making decisions. And so it will give you the energy of life, really, and the love of life, to plan your goals for 28 days. But don't take on too much, because Gemini is known to flip from this thing to that thing. So jack of all trades, master of none. So just do what you've got to do, be systematic. And also today we've got Venus trining Pluto, and it is a trine, so it's a nice transit. So this is going to bring passion and support into the mix. And obviously Venus does rule relationships, but it also rules money. So this, as I say, is going to help in some way. So then on Tuesday the 4th, we've got Mercury, planet of communication, moving into the sign of Cancer, and that will be there until the 27th of June, because it moves quite quickly. But during this time, decisions will be made on how you feel emotionally. So you may be more connected to the home, because Cancer is about the home and hearth. but it's also about your emotions. It's a water sign, so you might be more involved with the family, and that's great. And now also on the 6th, which is Thursday, the moon actually goes what we call void of course, and you may have heard me talk about it before. Now it goes void of course at 3 p.m. UK time, and it's not a good idea to book anything when the moon is void of course, and it usually lasts a few hours. So I'm going to say don't book anything like holidays or open a business or any day trips or anything. Don't start anything new whilst the moon is void of course. You need to wait until Friday the 7th. So on Friday we're going to have Mercury sextiling Uranus, and that's going to bring unusual ideas up for discussion. Now Uranus is to do with the collective actually, and you know, the world, but it's also very humanitarian, but it's also the rebel. So but this is a nice aspect. It's a sextile, so it's an easy, but you may be talking about those subjects, or you may interact with people who think differently, who think outside of the box. Because that's what we have to do to move forward. And you might also see this on the world stage. And then on Sunday the 9th, Venus moves into Gemini, and that will be until the 4th of July. So because Venus is obviously to do with relationships and money, that means that relationships and money may be fickle as you struggle to make your mind up about certain things. So it could be to do with finances, or it could be to do with relationships. So just kind of be aware of that, and don't get kind of bogged down or worried about it. Just go with the flow. I mean, knowing about it, you know, can help you. So you might like to write that down, jot that down. Also on Sunday the 9th, we've got the Sun squaring Pluto. Now, the Sun squaring Neptune. Sorry about that. And Neptune can delude us, and it is a square, so it can be a bit of a challenge, and you might be deluded into thinking all is well. So you need to make sure what you see and hear is actually happening, and it's actually real. And then on Monday the 10th, we've got the Sun opposite Jupiter. So this can make you overconfident, or it could make you exaggerate in some way, shape or form. Don't take on, again, more than you can chew. Be careful of that, because it can make you think that you can actually move mountains when actually you can't. On that day, we're going to have the waxing half moon, and so anything that you planned on the new moon on the 3rd means you can work with that energy towards those goals. But again, you know, only do what is possible, and not don't overstretch yourself. On Tuesday the 11th, the moon moves into Libra for 2 days till early on Thursday morning. And so it's about making the most of this energy as you're able to bring balance and harmony into your life. You'll want that, you'll need it, and it's a time when you can have a nice time socially with friends or family. And on Thursday the 13th, Venus is going to sextile the planet Chiron. Now, Chiron is the planet of healing. You've heard me talk about it before. So this is good for healing relationships, if you're ready to heal a rift. But 6 p.m. is the time, and then it will be 6 p.m. onwards. So if you want to heal something with your significant other, wait until they come home from work, and then plan a nice dinner and see what you can do. On Friday the 14th, Mars will be trining Neptune. So this is good if you are involved in charity work, or you want to help people less fortunate than yourself. and Mars will be opposite Saturn as well. And this asks you to be patient when you're up against people in authority. So it could be that you're helping people less fortunate, but you're coming up against authority in maybe the council or social work. So if that is happening, you just need to take a step back and be patient, and come back another day, and because the energy will be different. On Saturday the 15th, we've got Jupiter squaring Saturn. Now this is going to last a few days, and you may suddenly feel you cannot reach your goals. But on the other hand, you may feel that maybe you were deluded in some way, and it can bring you back to reality. So it could work in both of those ways. So, and remembering that it does last a few days, this one. On Sunday the 16th, we've got Mercury trining Neptune, and this is going to bring inspired thought, ability to write, maybe music and poetry. You may have dreams, write them down because they might have a message. And also we're going to have Mercury opposite Saturn, and this can bring nostalgia or nostalgic thoughts back from times long ago, and that might make you feel a bit down and negative. So realize that's what's happening, and realize that again this will pass, and the next day, which will be Monday, it won't be there. Okay, so the affirmation is really to do with what I talked about in the beginning. So hand on heart every day, and you say to yourself, I adapt to change and my way of life supports me. I adapt to change and my way of life supports me. So have a great month, and if you take my newsletter, I have written that I'm actually off to Budapest to see Richard Rudd, who's talking about the gene keys. If you don't know anything about it, then please, if you're looking at my newsletter, I have put a link. Go and Google it. It's really interesting. And I've been interested in the gene keys for quite a few years. And so I shall be writing about my visit in my next newsletter. If you want to sign up for my newsletter, please do go to my Facebook page, Astrology Sue Fletcher or Life Purpose Tutor, or visit my websites, which are the 3 W's, Life Purpose Tutor or astrologysue.com, and you can contact me on either of those websites. And you know where I am if you want any help, and there is discount for anybody who's got their birthday as a Gemini or a Cancerian till we come back next month. I usually charge 95, it's £85, and that's an hour and a half with me, and I do at least 3 hours work before I speak to you, and it can be on anything, and I usually like to talk to people first so that we know what you want. We both know what we want from the actual reading, and that you get a good result, and I'll help you move forward. So I will see you at the beginning of July. So have a fabulous month and enjoy the weather. So bye for now. Bye bye.